Good morning. So I'm feeling really good today. I slept pretty well. I wanted to take a minute to talk about what happened yesterday and why I ended up blocking a lot of people. So yesterday I did a video where my intention for that video, and I think you all have seen that I'm a very open book with you on social media. I cry on my videos. I get angry sometimes. I get triggered. I talk about my pain. I I share everything that I learn about my journey and that I'm continuously learning on my journey. I'm not selling you courses, which there's nothing wrong with that, but everything I do on here is free. Like I'm not having to do it. And I I did a video yesterday where I wasn't angry, where I wasn't sad, where I wasn't triggered. My point for doing that video was to shine a light on the behaviors that we have on social media where we make people feel bad when maybe they're just opening up to you. So yesterday I did a video wanting to talk about these behaviors that we have when we say things like, oh, ignore the comments, or you look tired today, or you look skinny, or you're triggered. First of all, I do want to address that one just for a second. Because when you tell someone they're triggered and they haven't said that they're triggered, how do you think that makes them feel? You're putting words in their mouth, you know? And even if they were triggered, what's wrong with being triggered? You don't tell someone who's triggered that they're triggered. You just don't. That's like adding fuel to the fire. There's nothing wrong with being triggered. When someone is triggered, it's because they haven't been heard. It's because their boundaries constantly get violated and no one's hearing them and taking what they say at face value. So I just wanted to sidebar and say that. But in that video, I wasn't triggered. I really wasn't. And all these people, a lot of people saw it as an opportunity to like, ooh, let's get him while we can. Let's try to be smarter than him and all this stuff. To me, this is not a game of one-upmanship. This is a community where we get to heal, where we get to raise our awareness as people. And if I'm angry, I'll tell you I'm angry. You'll see it in my face. I wasn't angry. And if I'm sad, I'm probably going to cry in my videos. I've been through a lot in my life. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. I think there's nothing wrong with being triggered. So if you judge people who are triggered, ask yourself, why would you judge a trigger? That person's in pain. They've been through a lot. Okay, and that wasn't the case for me yesterday. The intention for the video was to shine a light on what we need to stop doing. Those little passive-aggressive comments like you look skinny, you look tired. Ignore it. Stop thinking for other people. Let people have their process. But anyways, so I digress. I ended up realizing with a lot of these people who came for me and then all these other people started liking their comments, I started realizing that if those people don't get me by now, they're never going to get me. If you don't know my heart by now, that I show up every day, that I pour my heart out to you, if you don't know my heart by now, that I do everything to try to help, okay? And I'm really vulnerable about my journey. If you don't know my heart by now, you will never know my heart. So I started realizing these people are just people who are waiting for my fall. And then when I'm down, they're going to kick me in my teeth. I realized that. So I blocked a lot of people yesterday. And I feel better because the main realization for me yesterday was I don't want to be for everyone. I don't. The way that certain people treated me yesterday reminded me of my family. It's like I'm not allowed to have a voice. And you know, a lot of times when you come from a family that doesn't allow you to openly express how you feel, that doesn't allow you to be vulnerable, the traces of those dynamics, those echoes, if you will, are going to continue to follow you for a while. They might even be there your whole life. That's just what it is because it's so deeply embedded in you because the trauma runs so deeply. But I realized yesterday I'm not going to recycle everything I've already been through with my family. These people remind me of my family and I don't want to do that anymore. I love myself. I don't want to explain myself to people when it comes to all this stuff. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to prove to you that I'm not triggered on that video. Like, I don't want to prove to you that I'm not angry. If I'm angry, I'll tell you I'm angry. I have nothing to hide. So the biggest aha moment for me yesterday was that I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to play out that story with strangers all over again. I've made peace with my family, meaning I forgive them. It doesn't mean I talk to them, but I forgive them and I see why they were in my life. They were in my life so I can learn how to love myself and how to accept that I'm not for everyone. Not everyone's going to understand my intentions. Not everyone's going to understand my heart. And I don't want people like that in my life. Because people like that are called hungry ghosts. They only want the information that you feed them, but they actually don't like you. They don't see you. You know? They make all these assumptions that aren't true. So if you have anyone in your life who doesn't see you, I'm supposed to pour this coffee. If you have anyone in your life who doesn't see you and who doesn't take the time to hear you, ask yourself, do you even want to be for them? I don't want to be for those people. I don't. It's going to be an uphill battle the whole time. There's nothing worse than someone putting words in your mouth. There's nothing worse than someone telling you who they think you are when they don't even know you. They've never actually met you. So ask yourself if you want to reenact that. Ask yourself if you want to play that story out all over again with people from your past that you've now let go of, and if you want to do that again with strangers. But I think I've proven to all of you throughout the years that I'm an open book, that I have no shame when it comes to anger, when it comes to sadness, when it comes to crying. I'm very secure within myself. And unfortunately in this world, because people are not secure within themselves, they're going to project onto you that you're not secure within yourself because they don't know how to deal with emotions. They don't know how to deal with conflict. They don't know how to show up for themselves. So how can they show up for you? So that's my message for you today. Don't be afraid to block people who are determined to not get you.